Kid Chaos here. I don't necessarily want to make a video or videos like this because I think it should stay between family. And this particular issue that I've been having is sort of more drama, personal based drama, which is constant with my family. My family loves to gaslight me. That what they're doing is the definition of gaslight. I guess I'd have to start by asking, what does zero mean? Because my understanding of zero in my first language was that zero was nothing or the lack of something. For example, 1 minus 1 equals 0. My family needed me to be so wrong that they made me question, what does zero mean? My family made me question, what does zero mean? They made me question zero. They needed to gaslight me, because that is what they were doing by definition, trying to make me believe that zero meant something else or means something else, just so they could be right and I could be wrong. Because to them, I have to be wrong. And they needed to do that for more than a month, systematically and repeatedly, apparently independent of each other, the family members that were gaslighting me, that zero somehow did not equal zero. They did this up to the point where I remember the last thing I actually can remember before my memory starts getting really patchy. I remember ending a phone call with a family member that was gaslighting me relentlessly. And then I remember just glimpses of turning off my alarm, and I remember glimpses of my hair feeling wet as I slept. I hate sleeping with wet hair. It's uncomfortable to me. But somehow, in those 2 weeks that I don't remember what I did, my hair was wet and I was lying in bed. I remember that much. Towards the end of that, I remember that I was really, really upset, and I started writing a message. You owe me an apology. And then I saw blanking out again. I remember picking up my phone and sort of seeing the response that family member made, but nothing else. And when I came to, I realized that apparently I sent a really long text message, and the reply was more of, I'm sorry that you got hurt, I'm sorry that you were offended, I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings, but not once in their apology did this family member actually acknowledge the fact that what they were doing is gaslighting. Their apology was a non-apology. Sorry, not sorry. And I definitely understand why, if I was teetering across multiple mental states, that would be sort of triggering, because this has been happening my whole life. And I was in an abusive, very toxic relationship where that person did the same thing to me. And looking back on it, now I understand why it was so easy for me to fall back into those old habits of being the one to blame and being the black sheep. Because that's what my family made me. That's what they needed me to be. And that's what they still need me to be, because if I'm not that, then that requires them to look onto themselves and realize what they blame me for is actually on them and not on me. Because memory loss is not new to me, I already have a system in place where would help, where I do things that will help me jog my memory of things that I might have done. One of the things that I do, because again, this has happened very, very consistent throughout my life, I take pictures, lots and lots of pictures with my phone. So if I'm just like looking through my photo album, I know that I've been there because I took a picture of that area or that place or that person at that time, because pictures have metadata, and that metadata will tell you what and when, sometimes where that picture was taken. If I need proof or I have doubts, I can always fall back on the pictures and screenshots of messages and pictures of things that I did. Apparently, I don't remember this, and I know this is not the first time this has happened, but apparently I had to eat. It's impossible for a person to survive 2 weeks without food, even though I've tried type 2. I put the pictures in that chronological order to figure out what I did. Apparently, I was bombarded far longer than I thought. I thought it was a month, but it was actually a little bit more than that. When I started documenting things, it was June. No, I lied. When I started documenting things, it was July 6th. By June 23rd, my family was still gaslighting me. And those months, that month, those days that I took a lot of pictures, pretty much my memory starts getting patchy. And then 2 weeks out of that, they completely blank out. And only as of recently, I have started to regain my memory, and I really can't remember much. And I am sure this is not the first time this has happened when I'm going to therapy with him. And due to this being a non-first time that this has happened, we now, I say we, is me and my therapist, because I think of my mental health as a sort of, they're there to help me, not to fix me. We are now, myself and my therapist are thinking that it's narrowed down to 2 possible mental disorders. And I don't really want to talk about them because it's far more personal than I want it to be. I want it to be open about having mental disorders, but not necessarily this specific and this deep of a mental disorder. I really don't know if I want to talk about it, but I think I need to. We've narrowed it down to the possibility of borderline personality disorder or dissociative identity disorder. I'd kind of rather have one over the other. However, the one that I kind of want to have, the criteria doesn't fit, which leaves me with the possibility of having DID. I don't like to self-diagnose. I think it's a terrible idea for people to try to self-diagnose. I believe that humans have biases that will not let us see clearly. Keeping that in mind, I have guessed what majority of my mental issues are, and so far, unfortunately, everything that I've guessed has been pretty much sooner or later diagnosed with that. I don't, I like hope that I'm not somehow subconsciously changing my personality to fit a mental disorder, because that is a possibility. I'm more hoping that I don't want to have these mental disorders, but I'm hoping that if I do have those mental disorders, something can be done about it, and maybe I can finally, through no help of my family, figure out how to maneuver in life as a fully functioning adult. Going to try to, I know it's pointless at this point, but going to try to remember what I did for those 2 weeks, and then I'm going to probably stream over on Twitch at Miss Taylor Chaos. Hi. And if you want to, you can follow my toilet of a Twitter, where I say slightly offensive and things that would probably get me canceled in the future, except people are going to take it out of context because that's not how I meant them. Fun. And self-plugging stuff that I really don't care for. I kind of wanted to do more Goodreads and some book reviews because as a dyslexic person, I for some odd reason love reading. I'm writing my own book, so I need to dabble in the arts of reading to be able to become a better writer. I think I've become a better writer because I'm on my second book now, and ooh, that wound is starting to become. I burnt myself. That doesn't matter. I don't know. That's weird. I'm weird. I'm mentally ill. Yay, fun. Anyways, this has been Taylor Chaos here. I hope you have a good day, evening, or whatever. If you want to follow me on the social medias and the stuff that I'm supposed to ask for engagement, like comments, tell me that I'm an idiot. I know I am. And all the things that I'm supposed to ask at the end of the video. Comment, follow, share, subscribe, or some things like that. I'm supposed to be asking for engagements, like I kind of low-key don't care. If I get a view, I'm like happy. That's one more person that clicked on my face. I'm not sure why, but you clicked on my face, and I was doing something probably weird with my face because I always feel the need to just go cockeyed. Cockeyed? Cockeye. Doesn't matter. If you watched my video, thanks. If you are getting something out of it, I think that's my purpose met, so continue to try to have a good day. Stay safe as much as I want to be like, this is over. It's not over. The Rona's not over. It's not. It's just like, it's on the first variant, meaning if there's a second variant, whew, these numbers will look like nothing. And I grew up, again, in a place where it was like this every other week, or what it felt like. And so to me, seeing that a first world country cannot even handle a pandemic is kind of disheartening, but that's a different story for a different day. So stay safe, get vaccinated if you can, follow science. Get your emotions out of this because it's gonna cost more lives than it's worth. Sorry for the heavy switch, but it's just been on my mind because I've predicted that too. I predicted all of my mental disorders, my physical health, and I predicted how this pandemic would play out. So, do your best to try to stay safe. Peace. Bye. Ow.